guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, of course, the two main priority signings for Barcelona this summer are Roberto Lewandowski and Raphinha, and now their transfer value from their parent clubs, Bayern Munich and Leeds United, have been leaked. The club now, Barcelona, know what the two other clubs want for their player this summer, and the transfer fees for both these two players are definitely over the market. Now, of course, to make that money, the club will have to sell players, and one of those names on the table right now is, of course, Frenkie de Jong. Xavi spoke with Frenkie de Jong over the past few days and told him about the situation, but Manchester United and Erik are still pushing for his signing. For them, he is the dream number one priority. The question now is, will United make an offer that Barcelona like, and will the club accept that offer and force Frenkie de Jong out? But another player who the club can force out this summer is Gerard Pique. Apparently, we owe him so much money that the club want him to retire this summer, so that way we don't pay him any more money that we already pay on top of that. But apparently Pique does not want to retire this summer, but will consider it next season. And finally, of course, a big update on the economic levers at Barcelona. CVC will not be signed. Javier Tebas is very mad, but Joan Laporta is working very hard on other operations. And we also have some quotes from the Vice President of Economics at Barcelona, Eduard, Romeu, as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 300 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. And the first player that we have been linked with is, of course, the number one target and priority signing this summer, Roberto Lewandowski. Now, reports coming in from Germany are saying that Bayern Munich will not sell Lewandowski for anything less than 40 million euros. Now, does that include variables or not? I'm not quite too sure. Again, Barcelona's bid for 32 million euros plus 5 in bonuses is still on the table, but apparently Bayern Munich will reject that soon because they want 40 million euros. Now, there are reports coming in from Sport saying that Lewandowski is willing to earn lesser money at Barcelona. Salary relies on what he earns at Bayern Munich. Lewandowski is aware that the outcome of the assembly on June the 16th will be vital for the Blaugrana club to be able to undertake this big operation. Now, I don't think Lewandowski cares about the assembly happening or not, but again, he is willing to take that pay cut to make that move possible. So we'll wait and see. Again, they want 40 million euros. In my opinion, that is too much. I think I would pay 30 with bonuses going up to 40, like 30 million plus 10 in variables. If we win the Champions League, the league, he scores 30 goals, whatever it may be, I'm okay with that. But 40 million above that as a flat fee, I personally wouldn't, but apparently Barcelona are willing to do so. They have an agreement with Lewandowski, of course, for a 3-year contract. They promised the agent as well, Fini Zahavi, they will make this operation happen. So I'll have to wait and see, but Bayern Munich are asking for 40 million euros for Lewandowski this summer. Now, along with Lewandowski, another player that Barcelona want to sign for the attack this summer is Raphinha, the Brazilian winger from Leeds United, and we do have now the transfer fee that Leeds United want for him this summer. It's coming in from Phil Hay from The Athletic, who is very, very reliable and close to Leeds United. He came out saying that Leeds United understand Raphinha's ambition and won't send his way up a transfer, provided that their evaluation, reportedly around 55 million euros, is met. The player hasn't made a formal request either yet, but he sees himself as a Champions League player. But it's very likely that they'll accept a bid if it's worth between 70 to 80 million euros. Leeds United will most likely not be open to a player cash deal for Raphinha either, only money involved. What? Like, this is why, imagine if Leeds got relegated. Getting him for 25 million euros would have been the steal of the summer. They want 70 million for Raphinha with no players involved. It's time to move on, man. Raphinha for 70 million euros is not worth it. I don't even think he's worth it at 50 million. Let's go. We gotta move on now. Get someone else. Get Gnabry. Get Mahrez. Get anyone else. 70 million euros is ridiculous. He has 2 years left on his contract, and he will not renew his contract as well with Leeds. That is confirmed now. The question now is, will Leeds let him this summer, next summer, or the summer after that for free? I mean, I thought that Raphinha kept Leeds in the Premier League because he had that, gentleman's agreement with Leeds to let him go for free, let him go for a fair price this summer, not for free. But looks like that's not the case. Leeds United is staying firm, and they want apparently 70 million euros because on the market, Raphinha is worth 55, but they want 70. So they want around 10 million above the market value for Raphinha. there is no chance that Barcelona can be paying this fee. I think Barcelona will make an offer, maybe like 30 million euros plus some couple of players, and the Leeds will say no, and then Barcelona will move on. But Raphinha's operation right now is looking very unlikely. But there could be a backup of Raphinha that is a free agent this summer, and that is Angel Di Maria. Now, Mundo Deportivo came out saying while the likely departure of Dembele and with the price of Raphinha skyrocketing, Di Maria would be a free addition to the squad who can offer immediate performances, although there's still no sign of Barcelona making a potential move for him as of right now. So Mundo Deportivo are saying that, look, in our opinion, we should go for Di Maria. He's free, he'll come in for a year or two, do the job, and then Barcelona can recover financially. But right now, Di Maria is on the verge of joining Juventus as a free agent, so we've lost out on this operation now. The question now is, who do Barcelona get for this right wing position? With Dembele leaving, we have to, sign someone. Or now with this price evaluation, will it force Barcelona to give Dembele the money that he wants? Because if you give him the money he wants, he'll stay 100%. So we'll have to wait and see now. Raphinha's future now complicated. Dembele's renewal now has taken a whole entire 360 U-turn. Will the club spend more money on Dembele to keep him? Because keep in mind, right, it is cheaper to give Dembele the money that he wants and renew him than to let him go for free and sign a replacement. So wait and see. But again, Leeds United are asking for 70 million euros to sell Raphinha this summer. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer will be to reinforce the defense, more specifically in the center back position. Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Barcelona have a strong interest in Jules Kounde, but they are not in a position to pay what Sevilla want, which is around about 55 to 65 million euros for him this summer. There are currently no talks ongoing between the two clubs at the moment, and Chelsea are leading the race to sign Jules Kounde, and they have the money to give to Sevilla. No doubt, if Xavi can pick one center back in the whole world, that's of course reasonable that he could sign this summer, it would be Kounde. But Barcelona unfortunately do not have the money for him. But there are some backup options. Now, Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Kounde is Barcelona's preferred center back signing, but his price is too high. Koulibaly is very like too, the same issue price, although he is valued at a bit less. But in England, it is suggested that Erik Laporte is being followed by Barcelona, who are looking for a new center back. So Erik Laporte and Koulibaly are now the backup options for Jules Kounde. He's too expensive. Koulibaly right now around 30 million euros, which of course half the price of Kounde. Laporte, I would say, probably is valued at 50, so just a bit under Kounde, but still way too expensive. Right now, all the paths are leading to Koulibaly. The question now is, will he renew his contract at Napoli or not? But no doubt at the moment, alongside the already signed Andreas Christensen, Barcelona are looking for a new center back. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly is Clement Lenglet, and there are reports coming in from the UK saying that Tottenham and Arsenal have been offered the chance to sign Clement Lenglet. Barcelona have made the player available on loan this summer. Now, this has been a big turn. Of course, Barcelona were desperate to sell him. No one was interested, but now that we have made him available for a loan move this summer, clubs are interested. From Barcelona's point of view, they just want to get rid of him no matter what, most importantly his salary. So a loan move, not the best solution in the world, but again, better than him staying at the club, not playing and earning money. Also, reports in the UK are saying that Tottenham tried to get Lenglet on loan last summer, but the player did not want to leave Barcelona, and Spurs once again explore the Lenglet as an option this summer. Again, there is in talks right now for a 1-year loan plus a 1-year loan option if variables are met. So I have to wait and see with that. And finally, Juan Martin, Mateo Morito, and Alberto Rowe came out saying that Lenglet will not assess his future until preseason begins. He has been offered to Spurs and Juventus on loan over the past few days, but the player knows that he'll hardly have any minutes next season at Barcelona. Well, not assess his future until preseason. My guy, we need to get rid of him now. What do you mean? We're not going to wait another month, take him to preseason, and then send him out alone. That makes no sense in my opinion. Get rid of him now as soon as possible. Create that wage cap space. Free up a squad number as well. And most importantly, get rid of a dead player. But the most important thing now is that with Lenglet now being available on loan, clubs are interested. The main three right now are Tottenham, Arsenal, and Juventus. They all want Lenglet on loan. The question now is, can Barcelona make the loan deal longer for 2 years and maybe even include a buy option in that operation as well? Now, along with Lenglet, another center back slash right back that Barcelona want to get rid of this summer is Oscar Mingueza, and Oscar Mingueza is willing to leave the clubs with open arms and will not create any problems around the club whatsoever. And an interesting report came out from Fernando Laporta from Mundo Deportivo giving the details of Mingueza's departure. He came out saying that when Xavi asked Mingueza that he had to leave next season, he assumed his exit with elegance and told the coach, "I'm sorry, mister, I have not been up to the task, I could have done more," and also thanked him for helping him improve as a player. A few days ago, Xavi started talking with the players who he does not count on for next season, like Ricky Puig, Umtiti, Braithwaite, and Mingueza. The first two accepted their exits, but Braithwaite has no intention of leaving the club this summer. He wants to fulfill his contract, but after listening to the coach, the reaction of Mingueza surprised everyone the most. They expected him to complain about the few minutes he got, and of course he demanded more minutes to show that what he can do, but he was entirely opposite to that. Mingueza accepted and understood that he had no place in Xavi's new project and admitted that his performances had been below par that was requested from him, for which he commented that he could have done much better this season, and also thanked the coach for treating him as well. Mingueza's words and seniority moved Xavi and his coaching staff. His professionalism has been incredible even when he did not play. He's always worked hard in training and maintained a positive attitude and helped the group as well. Thus, Xavi gave him minutes against Villarreal so he could say goodbye to the Camp Nou and the Barcelona fans. His attitude and willingness to leave the club is for an example for others who are playing onto their contracts to stay without even playing. Already last year, there were several teams interested in Oscar Mingueza, and it is expected that he will not have any problems in finding a new destination this summer. Wow. So apparently, Xavi spoke to Ricky Puig, Umtiti, Braithwaite, and Mingueza. Ricky Puig and Umtiti said, "Okay, we'll leave," walk out the door. Braithwaite said, "No, I want to stay," walks out the door. Mingueza sits there, says, "You know what? You're right, I'm not good enough, I did not perform this season, I apologize, and I want to thank you for giving me the minutes this season, and also teaching me a lot in training as well." And Xavi was like, "Wow, I appreciate your response. Go have a few minutes at the Villarreal match to say goodbye to the Camp Nou, and of course the club that you've been growing up in." Mingueza can teach a lot of lessons in some of these mercenaries at the club, I think a lot of them should take an example from Mingueza. This is a great move by him. In the end, he will leave the club this summer and will not cause the club any problems as well for his transfer. Now, another player who Xavi spoke with about his future at the club is, of course, Frenkie de Jong, but not in the same way as Ricky Puig, Umtiti, Braithwaite, and Mingueza. TV3 came out saying that Xavi told Frenkie de Jong that the Barcelona board was not particularly happy with his performances and that his departure depended on the economic situation of the club. So Xavi told Frenkie de Jong, "Look, people upstairs, Joan Laporta, Matteo Alemán, Rafael Uste, Jordi Cruyff, maybe, I don't know, are not too happy with his performances for what they paid for him and what they're currently paying him in terms of wages. He's, of course, earning around 400,000 euros per week based on bonuses, accordingly to reports. And what you see on the pitch is probably, a 200,000 euro per week player, and that's why the board are not too happy with him. But Xavi backs Frenkie de Jong, but of course his sale will depend on the economic situation of the club. Now, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Erik ten Hag is 100% convinced about Frenkie de Jong. He wants the player to be the face of Manchester United's project and become their statement signing. United hope to convince Frenkie de Jong in certain ways their project to return to the Champions League as early as 2023 and the player's relationship with Erik ten Hag. So Manchester United are pushing. If they get the yes from Frenkie de Jong, this deal will happen. Whether we sign a CVC deal, a BLM, Barca Studios, Goldman Sachs, this deal will happen today if Frenkie de Jong says yes. The only reason why this deal is dragging on, and that's why he's not been sold, is because he has been saying no. But Manchester United will push one more time with Erik ten Hag to convince Frenkie de Jong to join the club this summer. Now, Romano has also come out saying that Xavi is in love with Bernardo Silva, but at the moment there are no talks between Barcelona and Man City, and Man City themselves don't even know the future of Bernardo Silva quite yet, and they will speak to him very, very soon. I think if we get rid of Frenkie de Jong and bring in Bernardo Silva, I'll have no problems. I'll zip my mouth shut and just move on with the season. But if we sell Frenkie de Jong and don't bring in a replacement, I will be disappointed, especially for the fact that Frenkie de Jong is a world-class player on his day. We've seen it a few times, of course, past season with under Koeman. We've seen it a few times under Xavi as well. In that month, of course, where we were, the best team in the world. But he is the most valued player in the squad that we can sell. Of course, Ansu Fati can sell for 100 million. Pedri can sell for 100 million as well. Ferran Torres, you can probably get 80 million for him. But the best, most valued player in the squad that Barcelona are willing to let go this summer is Frenkie de Jong. So we'll have to wait and see. Of course, he has to say yes as well. Barcelona will have to accept the bid from Manchester United as well. Right now, I would say it is a 50-50 on Frenkie de Jong's future at Barcelona. Moving now into the attacking positions. Of course, there's two main players in the attack who could leave Barcelona this summer, alongside, of course, Luke de Jong and Adama, where their loans will end. They'll go back to their parent clubs and will not continue at Barcelona. Firstly, of course, Martin Braithwaite. Now, TV3 came out saying that Martin Braithwaite told Xavi he has no intention of leaving the club and wants to stay at Barcelona. He would only leave if another club matches his current salary. So, mercenary confirmed now. Like, he only will leave if someone else pays him 100,000 euros per week, which of course no one in the world is stupid enough to do. He's played 24 minutes in the past 6 months. What team would give him 100,000 euros per week? Absolutely freaking no one. We're looking like now if Braithwaite wants to leave, we give him a letter of freedom or a contract termination. But the problem is the club don't want to do that because he does have value in the market. I guarantee you there's a team out there that would pay 5 million euros right now for Martin Braithwaite. But of course, his salary is a big obstacle, so we'll have to wait and see. But one player's salary who will not be an obstacle this summer is Trincao. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Trincao is willing to lower his salary in order to play for Sporting on loan next season. Again, he's also earning around 100,000 euros per week, according to reports, maybe around 90,000. He's willing to cut that down to go to Sporting on loan. Again, Barcelona want that permanent sale. The question now is, do Sporting have the money? Because if they do, they will make an offer. But if they don't, they'll offer that loan with a buy option. We could negotiate for a buy obligation, maybe a 2-season loan with a buy obligation. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, Trincao wants to move to Sporting this summer. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, on the future of Gerard Pique. Now, according to TV3, Barcelona are hoping that Gerard Pique retires this summer. If he does not, the club will have to pay him 80 million euros for the next 2 seasons. So, of course, 40 million and 40 million. Oh my freaking god. This is, by the way, not including that 50 million euros that we owed him in deferred salaries as well. If you think about it, put all the stuff together, Pique is earning like freaking 500,000 euros per week. And this is not on Joan Laporta, by the way. This is on Bartomeu on the contract renewal back in 2018. He gave Pique 500,000 euros per week. Absolutely mad. Now, of course, Pique is not going to retire. Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Gerard Pique currently has no plans of retiring. He has a contract at Barcelona until 2024, and his intention is to fulfill it. Now, if you remember that Gary Neville interview that he did on the overlap, he said in that interview, 1,000% guaranteed I will be playing next season. So this is not a surprise to me. The club may want him to retire, but this season, he's playing it. The big question is the season after that. I think he will retire. If he does get a lot of injuries that keep coming back, I think he will retire. If he does not have any injuries, he could do maybe one more season just to finish the contract off. But I think next summer, I think this season coming up will be the last season for Gerard Pique. But maybe we could see the Barcelona board forcing Pique to retire, saying, look, we can't pay you. We don't think you're that good enough either. We're bringing in Koulibaly, for example. We need you to retire for the greater good of the club. We could see that happen, but most likely it will not happen. Again, no doubt Pique will play next season. The question is, will he play the season after that? And by the way, what a 24 hours it has been for Pique. He's cheated on Shakira, apparently with Gavi's mom, which of course was fake news, but apparently he's cheating on Shakira, and Barcelona want him to retire. Expect a Pique, Twitch stream or tweet or something. I guarantee you Pique will come speak soon. He will clarify things. Maybe he'll say, I'll retire next season, I'll play this season, and I'm not cheating on Shakira. We'll wait and see, but it's been an absolutely crazy 24 hours for the second captain of Barcelona, Gerard Pique. Now, the biggest news over the past 24 hours has been the fact that Joan Laporta officially refuses to sign the CVC deal with La Liga to bring the immediate cash injection to Barcelona, and according to Rack 1, there were 2 reasons. Firstly, refusal of the deal being more suitable on Barcelona's condition. They maintained the terms from last year. And secondly, signing the CVC deal would have meant to give up on the Super League. So apparently the CVC deal is the exact same from a year ago. They don't want to negotiate it. They want to give Barcelona a special deal apparently. And also it's apparently Javier Tebas is saying to CVC, do not give Barcelona a special deal. But CVC are negotiating with Barcelona saying, oh look here, we'll give you a special deal. But Javier Tebas found out and now the deal has fallen through apparently. And also, if we sign CVC, Javier Tebas wants us to leave the Super League, which of course Joan Laporta does not want to do. And to be honest, I cannot blame him. If we were going to sign a CVC deal last summer, why not just do it then? If we sign a year later, it's like, oh, what's the point of losing Messi now? So I can understand why Joan Laporta has not done it, and in the end, the deal that they're offering right now to Barcelona does not favor us in any way, shape, or form, and it will kill us in the long term. Rack1 also came out saying that Barcelona do have plans to overcome the economic problems of the club and not sign CVC. Firstly, of course, the sale of BLM for 49.9%. Secondly, giving up 25% of our TV rights in return for cash injection. Negotiations with other companies are currently ongoing. Salary reduction of the entire squad. And finally, of course, possibility of selling important players. So of course, if we don't sign CVC, we're not 1,000% screwed. We will be maintained, of course, but we could be losing some big players this summer that we have to sell to, of course, maintain the financial fair play rules in La Liga. And you might be wondering who's going to be that other company that we're negotiating with right now to sell our TV rights with if we're not going to give the CVC. A new name has come up, and that is the Bank of America. El Confidencial came out saying that the Bank of America is in the running to take Barcelona's television rights in return of 600 million euros. They're offering a far better deal than CVC. The percentage of the TV rights will be more than CVC's 8%, but for much less years than 40. So again, CVC were offering us 8% for, I believe, 40 years, and now Bank of America going to offer us a bit more percentage. We could maybe see 15, 16, but for less years, like 20 years or 10 years, which of course will benefit Barcelona in the long term. We are currently negotiating with Goldman Sachs as well for those TV percentage rights. We could do it with 2 companies. It does not have to be just one company, so we'll wait and see on that. But the CVC deal, again, is completely flopping, and the way, of course, is to reduce the entire salary of the squad. And TV3 came out saying that Barcelona would have to pay 120 million euros to release the players that they want to start a squad overhaul with. So you're thinking, Martin Braithwaite, Lenglet, maybe not Mingueza and Ricky Puig, the other players, Titi. If we want to release all these players, terminate their contracts completely and send them to the shops, we have to pay a total of 120 million euros. Now the club will focus on the salary reduction. Again, besides from Eric Garcia, Memphis, Ansu, Araujo, Pedri, Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, everyone else will have to reduce their contracts by 50%. Otherwise, the club will consider, letter of freedom or a termination of contract. So again, we'll wait and see on that, but it will be very difficult for the club to do, whether it's salary reductions or even termination of contracts. It is not going to be easy whatsoever. We of course saw that last summer, but there is another avenue now that Barcelona are going to be making some money from, and that is again sticking with Rakuten. According to Xavi Navarro from ARA, he's come out saying that Barcelona are negotiating with Rakuten again, but this time not as a main sponsor, but rather as a global partner for between 3 and 5 million euros per season. So again, not as a main sponsor, but as a global partner around the world, and Rakuten will pay Barcelona around 3 to 5 million euros per season for the term of the partnership. So it's more money coming in, just take it out like that. So we'll wait and see. Again, the club are working very, very hard, but keep your eyes on that date, June the 16th, the General Assembly, where the club will have to present all the operations to the associates for them to approve upon. So those deals have to be done by then. So wait and see how the club will do. Now, there is going to be some shakeup in the Barcelona boardroom as well, and someone will be getting a big promotion, and that is Jordi Cruyff. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona will present their new organizational chart led by Mateo Alemán soon, and Jordi Cruyff will assume the role of technical secretary. Deco will not be present officially, as he also acts as the agent for certain players as well. So the new chart will come out. It comes out every single season, of course, I believe, and Jordi Cruyff will begin that promotion. I think right now, just he's somewhere in the bottom, I forget where it is, but now he's going to be pushed up to tactical secretary. Of course, Mateo Alemán will be at the top, and Deco will not be on that list because he is an agent of other players, and that will hinder the deals for them in the future. But Deco, low-key, is still part of the Barcelona sector as well. He helps him a lot bringing Brazilian talent. Didn't do too well with Raphinha, but we'll wait and see again. But Jordi Cruyff has been promoted as tactical secretary for Barcelona. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is that, of course, the new home kit for next season has been officially released and presented. It looks very good in my opinion. I'd probably give it overall a 6 to 7 out of 10. Of course, it was leaked a few months ago. For me personally, I'm just so happy that the Spotify logo is gold and not white. If it was white, it would have made this kit so ugly, but gold makes it look very, very nice. Overall, very satisfied with it, no problem whatsoever. But the most important thing is that the vice president of Barcelona's economics, Eduard Romeu, spoke to the media for the home kit unveiling, and he gave us some great insights on Frenkie de Jong's future, Lewandowski, and most importantly, the economic situation at Barcelona. So let's get into this interview. He starts off by saying that CVC is a good deal for small or mediocre clubs, but for a big club like ours, it's not a good deal whatsoever. CVC has an agreement with La Liga. There are many unacceptable conditions. Economically, it's not a good agreement for us. We have a similar offer to CVC where we take an equivalent amount with a 25-year term, and even CVC themselves made us an offer that was even more interesting than the offer of CVC and La Liga. So of course, CVC and La Liga, the Impulse project is together. You do get that financial fair play boost, but apparently CVC broke from that, made us an offer separate to La Liga. It was better, but still not good enough. It just shows you how bad the CVC La Liga deal is for the club. And there are quite a few offers that we have received from different entities. What we don't like about the CVC La Liga agreement is that the agreement is for 50 years. We don't want it to go beyond 25 years. We do not understand why La Liga signed the CVC without waiting for proposals from other parties. We don't have any cash flow concerns at the club at the moment. We asked associates to trust us for the potential agreements. The offer that we have for BLM is 270 million euros. We don't like that offer either. We want more money. There should be also a buyback clause in there as well. So again, the BLM, Laporta said this from day one. He wants to sell 49.9% of it temporarily. He wants to sell it right now for 300 million euros with a buyback clause, for example, like 320 million euros to retain that BLM percentage and have 100% ownership of that. The payroll for this season for the players in the first team squad is 560 million euros. Oh my god, that is double what Bayern Munich play, and that's over 200 million euros on what Real Madrid pay. The wages of Barcelona are like what, 115% over the market value. That is freaking ridiculous. But Romeu says we'll negotiate individual pay cuts in the players of the squad soon. We want to enhance our assets. We want to lower expenses and increase revenue. We have not yet planned the sale of players. On Frenkie de Jong, if he leaves, it's a technical decision, not economic. But I repeat, we have not planned any departures as of this current moment. That is a big bombshell. And of course, we've heard reports about this. I think Cat Radio came out a week ago saying that, look, if Barcelona sell Frenkie de Jong, it is a technical decision, not an economic decision. So now we're all over the place with Frenkie de Jong. We have no idea why we're selling him. Apparently, it's because the board don't think he's good enough now. Those lingerings are coming in apparently, but Xavi wants to keep him. So with Frenkie, I've got no idea, but this is the words from the vice president of economics at Barcelona saying, look, if we sell Frenkie de Jong, it is a technical decision, not an economic decision. On Xavi, I think he will extend his contract, and I don't see anything to worry about with Xavi's contract renewal at the moment. Now, I watched the Nations League game between Spain and Portugal the other day. Xavi was world class in that match. If we lose him and Frenkie this summer, our midfield is going to take a big shot in the face. We've got to keep Xavi, man. He is a world-class player, up and coming, of course, and he needs to stay at Barcelona to develop his future, because I think if he leaves somewhere else, he will not develop whatsoever. We have got to keep him and renew his contract this summer. Romeu continues on by saying that if I'm honest, Tebas is responsible for our economic situation. He's looking to damage the clubs in the long term. The easiest way is to sign the CVC agreement that he wants us to do. Wow. So again, Vice President of Economics of Barcelona is saying that Javier Tebas, the president of La Liga, is responsible for our current situation, and he's looking to damage the big clubs in La Liga. He's then asked Romeu if any of the veterans will leave the club this summer, i.e. Pique, Jordi Alba, Busquets. He says it's their decision to make. They have contracts and they're here signed for a long time as well. They have signed agreements that we have to respect, but the thing is that we can negotiate with them to lower their salary. So again, he's saying, look, they have valid contracts. We'll hold our hands up, but we have to reduce their salary, and we will do so because we can negotiate that, no problems whatsoever. He's then asked about the Super League, saying the European Super League is in the legal proceedings and it will pass soon. What is clear is that everything will eventually change for the benefit of football. Again, that court hearing for the Super League, the date has been set for July the 11th and the 12th. So watch out for those dates. We will get some big news about the Super League on those days once the court proceeding happens between UEFA and the European Super League. And lastly, Romeu was asked on the signing of Lewandowski, and he said that if we're able to generate 3 times his cost and amortization it, we can sign him. But first, we have to close the economic levers. It's not possible at the moment. Wow. So again, Lewandowski right now, we cannot sign him. We need the economic leverage. We don't need the sale of Frenkie de Jong in particular, but we most importantly need the economic leverage to boost our financial fair play margin. Of course, bring that wage cap down that is currently at negative 114 million. So that's it. Those are the words from the Vice President of Economics at Barcelona saying that, look, CVC deal is absolutely dreadful. We're not going to sign it. Javier Tebas is responsible for our current situation. Frenkie de Jong, if he does leave, will be a technical decision, not economic. And the signing of Lewandowski is possible, but first, we have to sign those economic levers. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly is about the prices for Lewandowski and Raphinha. Would you pay those prices or not? Secondly, on Frenkie de Jong's future, give me your predictions. Will he go to Manchester United this summer or stay at Barcelona? Thirdly, your thoughts on Barcelona wanting Pique to retire. You think he will retire this summer, next summer, or fulfill his contract at Barcelona until June 2024? And finally, your thoughts on those economic levers that Joan Laporta is trying to sign as soon as possible, more specifically before June the 16th. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.